Hi everybody, my name is Pratik and welcome to my channel. Major Yuri Gagarin, the first man to grace the space. Now everybody knows that Major Yuri Gagarin was the first man who went up to the space. But do you know that Major Yuri Gagarin had a very traumatic past, a very traumatic childhood. When he was a kid, his city was invaded by the Nazi Germany in World War II, and his brother was killed in front of him by a Reich soldier. Now, not just killed, his brother's throat was slit in front of him. That's how bad it was. The only way small Yuri could be saved is hearing all this commotion. His mother came down running, and as soon as she came down running, the Reich soldier went away. So for anyone, adult or a kid, it could be a very traumatic experience. For Major Yuri, it was the same. However, it also made him a bit complacent towards the life. He has seen all, life and death. In the Vostok 1, the spacecraft that went to the space with Major Yuri Gagarin on board in it, while they were in the space, it stumbled upon a technical glitch that made this spacecraft rolling countless times before crashing towards the earth. Now, even in all this melee, Major Yuri Gagarin kept his calm. He was composed throughout, didn't panic, and followed all the instructions. But the problem didn't end here for him. Why? Because they were unsure that where it will crash landed, the spacecraft where it will crash land. Now, if it crash landed in some USSR and friendly countries, that was fine. But if it crash landed on some hostile territories, then it could create some problem for Major Yuri Gagarin. It was the peak of Cold War, so you all can understand it. Now, as soon as the spacecraft crash landed on the Earth, it crash landed on a farm, right? And in that very farm, the potato growers, it was a potato farm, so the people were working on that farm, and seeing some object fall from the sky, they all ran. So they might have thought that it's some devil has come right from the sky. So anybody could have think they could have thought the same thing. Now, as it got crash landed, he was safe, and as soon as he opened the door and came out from it, he oversaw the environment and he could sense a little familiarity. Now, coincidentally, this was the same place that hosted him once in his youth. It was USSR. He crash landed on the USSR. The town was beside Volga River, a small town beside Volga River. And during his youth, he did his training, a training apprenticeship from this place. So it was coincidentally he knew this place and he knew the environment. He might have known the people too, and his uncle used to live there only. So he waved a sign of relief that yes, he's in USSR and he's in safe hands. Then eventually he was taken by the authorities and all kinds of formality could have been done. So he got a hero welcome in USSR, and not just in USSR. He became a kind of a influential figure in the West too. The first man who went up to the space, unthinkable, doing something unthinkable. It was one of the feat that humanity always wanted to achieve, and he was the first person to do it. So he became an influential figure. Later on in life, though, he was addicted to alcohol, and he stirred up some troubles with the communist member, the USSR members, and in one of the tragic incident, he was in a training fighter jet. that got crashed and killing him and his co-pilot. It was one of the tragic incident, and we lost one of the very human being who went up to the space in Planchar figure, a person with utmost courage and all. So Major Yuri Gagarin was one of the figure that always inspired millions of others, millions of the astronauts. And when the history will always be written, Major Yuri Gagarin place will be on the top, and he will be always remembered as the person who was not afraid to take the risk, who went up there, mm, paved the path for humanity, paved the path for human exploration, and died like and lived by the sword and died by the sword. So this is all for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video, and see you again next time with one of these similar stories. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye bye.